Air enters the insect body through tiny holes present on the sides of the body. These holes are known as spiracles. The spiracles open into a network of thin air tubes spread over the body of an insect. These tubes are known as the trachea and they facilitate gas exchange. Oxygen reaches the cells through the tracheal system and the carbon dioxide is received from the cells by the tracheal system and expelled from the insect body through spiracles.
Fish are aquatic animals. Water contains oxygen dissolved in it. Depending on temperature and other factors, the level of dissolved oxygen in water is about 4 to 15 milligrams per liter. Fish extract this dissolved oxygen from the surrounding water by a process called aquatic respiration. Fish have specialized structures called gills to carry out exchange of gases with water. The gills are located on either side of the head of fish, behind the mouth cavity. In bony fish, the gills are covered by a hard, bony flap called the operculum. It is also known as gill cover. In cartilaginous fish, the operculum is lacking and the individual openings to gills are called gill slits. During the process of exchange of gases, a fish first gulps water through its mouth. At the time of the intake of water, the mouth opens while the operculum remains closed. The fish then closes its mouth and opens the operculum to force the water out through the gills. The color of the gills is dark red or brown red because of the presence of a large number of blood capillaries in it. These capillaries come in close contact with the current of water crossing the gills. Blood absorbs the dissolved oxygen from the water by diffusion. The unique structure of the gills ensures that they absorb most of the oxygen dissolved in the water that is passing between them. Simultaneously, carbon dioxide from the blood diffuses out of the gill capillaries into the water. The water containing carbon dioxide is expelled through the open operculum. Besides being the respiratory organs, The gills also play an important role in maintaining the balance of salts in fish. Fishes like bluegill, seahorse, lionfish, Atlantic cod possess the hard cover of operculum. The best example of a fish having no operculum is shark. All the species of shark lack operculum and have only gill slits. Amphibians like frogs are adapted to live both on land and in water. Except a few species of frog that lay eggs on land, all amphibians begin life as aquatic larvae called tadpole. A tadpole respires through gills and skin. When a tadpole metamorphoses into an adult frog, it develops lungs for breathing air on land. A frog is able to exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide through skin, that is cutaneous respiration, lungs, that is pulmonary respiration, and lining of mouth or buccal, that is buccopharyngeal respiration. The exchange of gases through the frog's moist skin is known as cutaneous respiration. The skin of a frog is composed of thin membranous tissue, which is permeable to gases and contains a large network of blood vessels. This allows the respiratory gases to readily diffuse down their gradients between the blood vessels and the surrounding. Oxygen gas diffuses in and carbon dioxide diffuses out of the body. This mode of respiration occurs both in water and on land and requires moist skin. Thus, frogs always have moist skin due to glands which produce mucus across the skin. It accounts for more than half of the respiration in adult frogs. During hibernation, this is the only mode of respiration. Another mode of respiration in frog is pulmonary respiration. Frogs use their lungs when they are active and cannot get enough oxygen from cutaneous respiration. Like humans, a frog takes in air through its nostrils. The mechanism of taking air into the lungs is, however, different from humans, as frogs do not have ribs or diaphragm. During breathing in, the floor of the mouth of a frog is lowered, causing air to be drawn into the mouth or buccal cavity through the nostrils. It then closes its mouth and nostrils and raises the floor of its mouth to make its mouth cavity very small. This causes an increase in pressure in the mouth cavity. The air moves from mouth through the glottis into the frog's lungs, which are at lower pressure. Exchange of gases occurs in the lungs. During breathing out, the contraction of the muscles of lungs push the air out of the lungs. Besides skin and lungs, a frog can exchange respiratory gases across the moist lining of its mouth. During lung respiration, when a frog draws air into its mouth cavity, the lining of the mouth absorbs some oxygen from this inhaled air and gives out carbon dioxide. This is called buccopharyngeal respiration. As we all know, the word amphibia means double life. Thus, the various adaptations related to their respiration have equipped them to live in aquatic and terrestrial habitats.